Okay, hello everyone. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what part of the world you're in. Always feel like Nicole when I say that. Um, I'm just getting a Facebook error. It can't put you can't stream to Facebook. All right, bye-bye. Um, welcome everyone. Thanks for tuning in. As you come in, please say hello. Let us know where you're coming in from, and do us a massive favor. If you're on my channel, you're on Brian's channel. Please smash the like button. That'll help get more people in. So, Brian, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Dave. How are you doing?
Awesome, awesome. I've had my ground beef and scrambled eggs, and I'm good to go for the day. Um, what
Great.
what time is it there with you now?
It's 7 p.m. in East.
Oh, okay.
I'm the East Coast in the U.S., so it's 7 p.m. Eastern. Actually, I ate dinner just maybe an hour and a half or so ago,
Hmm.
and I had a nice New York strip. Um,
Oh,
I
nice.
had ground beef earlier in the day, so I ate twice today, which is I do that a lot. Sometimes I'll eat once, sometimes I eat twice. So it's been a good day.
Oh, nice. So, just refresh my memory. That sounds very lionish to me. Are you lion, or are you just didn't have any eggs today, or?
Well, I did have eggs with the ground beef. I forgot to mention
Ah,
that. I
okay.
had a pound of ground beef and 3 eggs for lunch, and then dinner, I had a New York strip. I mean, I'm
Ah,
not really lying, because I'll eat eggs, and occasionally I'll have, like, chicken wings or something like that. Um, Maybe even bacon every once in a while, although I don't have as much as I used to. So I can't really say that I'm lying, but probably 90% of what I eat is lion. So
okay.
I'm close, just not all the way there.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, nice. Um, Hey Miriam, hey Brooke, how you doing? And Jay and Darth Carnivore, how are you? Okay. So yeah, as you come in, we've got 29 people in already. So as you come in, please smash away at that like button, and that'll get us more people in, and we can have a great discussion. If you've got any questions, please put a Q in front of the question, or if you've got a discussion point you want us to talk about, please go ahead and do that. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to see this. Sandra has just said, Nana Muscuri fan here. So, Brian, just in case the you haven't heard about the Nana Muscuri thing, on Tuesdays we have an Aussie Carnivore Connection live stream, and basically whenever I don't we do some trivia and stuff, and whenever I can't answer a question, or I've got no idea what the answer is, I just answer with Nana Muscuri, and I hope at some point I'm going to be correct, but yeah. I haven't been yet. I need someone to purposely put that question across. Okay. So thanks, Sandra. Suzanne, welcome. And Richard, how you going? All right. We got uh, Jerry. How you doing, Jerry? Chad, hey. And what? Another Darth Carnivore. Oh my goodness. And we got um the Dop. How you doing? Uh, Linda coming in from Oregon. We got Winter Lion from Canada, and Galveston County Mike. How you doing? Um, you were at Bucky's earlier. Is that, am I pronouncing it correctly? Bucky's, is that right?
Yeah, Bucky's.
Bucky's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I've got my Bucky's cap on. I got that yesterday from some new carnivore friends that visited Japan from Fort Worth. And yeah, I let them know my next live stream I'd be wearing my new Bucky's cap. So here it is in all its glory. The funny thing is, someone when I posted a photo of this yesterday, someone commented on it and said, you're going to be like the most popular guy in Japan now with that Bucky's cap on, or something like that, or it's going to be so impressive. And I thought, this sounds like sarcasm to me. So I went onto their website to just kind of do a bit more Bucky's research. And like in big font, one of the first things you see on their website is cleanest restrooms in America. Okay. Yeah. Serenity now. Indeed. Whenever a vegan says to you fiber is essential, that's what you feel like saying. Serenity now. Okay. So we've got carnivore athlete Sam in Okinawa. How are you doing? Okay. Sandra McDonald, who's saying the White Rose of Athens? Oh, I know that one. Nana Muscuri. Yay. Brooke, did you see the stellar video Dr. Baker had about the guy who was going after Kellogg's? That was an interesting interview. Oh, I didn't see that one. Did you see that one, Brian?
I did not.
Oh, I have to check that one out. Awesome. That'll be on the playlist for today. Nice. Okay. Hey, Peter, how you doing? What time is it there? Is it like, must be around midnight, 1 a.m.? Wow.
Yeah.
Barb, how you doing? Coming in from Illinois. We've got DT from Chile, Connecticut. Sue's coming in from Nova Scotia. And we got the dot, also known as Dson and Yay on YouTube. Oh, okay. Okay. So, guys, yeah. Hey, how you going? It is 1 a.m. Oh my goodness. You're going to turn into a pumpkin. Okay, Kim. Here's one for you, Dave, to report on fake vitamin B12. Has hydrogen cyanide in it, which is toxic to the human body. Case in point, to eat real meat instead of substitution with vitamin B12. Oh, I didn't know that. Wow. It's a little bit scary, the kind of stuff that we're just randomly putting in our mouths, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers, Kim. I'll star that and come back to that. Thank you very much. Okay. And winter line at 7 o'clock in Canada. Okay. Okay. More votes for the Dr. Baker video. So definitely going to have to check that out. Okay. And JG just ate some tenderloin. Nice. Yeah, that's one of my favorite cuts, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, really like that. I ate a lot of that when I was in Australia. Okay. We got, oh my goodness, that just jumped there. And JG says, say Wiki, glad to see you thriving.
Thank you.
Okay. And it's 7 a.m. in Western Australia. Okay. So, guys, you got any questions or things you'd like us to talk about? Please put a Q in front of it in the comments. And well, actually, one thing that we just talked about there, the vitamin B12, the synthetic B12. Do you take any vitamins, multivitamins, Brian?
The only thing that I take in terms of like vitamins would be magnesium and potassium. Are those really vitamins, or are those, I guess they're like vitamins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would anything like that. I would say if it's a supplement kind of thing, I would say it's a vitamin, or it's
Yeah. So I take them. Like, that goes back to like when I had AFib. My cardiologist put me on a prescription potassium tablet, and then just over the counter magnesium. And I've continued to do that to this point, even though I haven't been having any AFib episodes. And then in terms of sodium, because those are really like the three big, I guess, for electrolytes, right? Magnesium, potassium, and sodium. And for sodium, I just use Redmond's real salt, and I salt my whether it's ground beef or steak or eggs or whatever. I just salt that pretty generously. I'd say I probably take in more salt now than I used to before doing carnivore, and that's pretty much what I do. That's it. I don't. I will say in the winter time I take a vitamin D supplement because I don't get outside enough. But otherwise, like now this time of year, spring, summer, fall, I get enough sunlight that I don't worry about that. So
Okay. And we've got some questions here in relation to that. So JG asks, do you guys take electrolytes? So guess for you, Brian, that you just answered that, right? So for
yeah,
me,
for the most part,
sorry, go
that's what
ahead.
I was gonna say. For the most part, that's what I do. I do have an electrolyte mix that I will use, like if I know that I am working out really hard or something, or doing yard work, and just I'm sweating a lot, that kind of thing. I do have something that I'll take. Otherwise, it's just the magnesium, potassium, and then getting enough salt in my diet.
Thanks.
Sorry, go ahead, Dave. What were you
Oh,
going to say you
no,
do?
no. Yeah, I was just all I'm taking is salt. Like I just go crazy with the salt. I mean, I am probably consuming potassium, I think, because I'm having pink salt. So I think there's a lot of potassium in that. But yeah. All I concern myself with is I don't want leg cramps, so I just salt everything like crazy, and it seems to have been okay. Where are we? Okay. Anyone else taking a collagen peptide supplement? You take collagen peptides, Brian?
So I don't really call this supplementing, but I recently started taking collagen active from Cerule, and that does have the collagen peptides in it. So I started taking that like 3 weeks ago, I guess, and I take that every day.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't really kind of consider that like I don't consider that like vitamins or anything, but I guess that's like a supplementation. So
Okay. Cool. And for me, no, I'm actually not even sure what collagen peptides do. So yeah, I'm definitely not taking it because I'm not sure what yeah.
yeah,
Um,
I mean, I would say it basically it helps to reinforce strengthening of your bones and your better skin and that kind
okay.
of stuff. So it probably is like more of an enhancement of what you do with carnivore. If you drink like bone marrow, stuff like that, bone marrow, is that bone broth, I guess is what I want to say, make your own bone broth, that kind of thing. That is good for getting collagen. So there's ways to do it that way as well.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right, Brian, what brand of magnesium do you take and how much?
Hmm. That's a good question, Johnny. So I know it's got multiple magnesiums in it, magnesium glycinate, and I think there's another one I can't remember. But I can't remember what the brand is. I, I don't have it with me. I'll have to go downstairs and see what it is, and I'll text you because I got your number, so I'll text you what it is and exactly how much I'm taking because I don't know. But it's basically what the cardiologist recommended, and it seems to work for me, so I've been keeping with it.
Cool. All right. And need to make my own electrolytes. What's a good source for the main ingredients? Good question. I'm not sure about that one myself. Brian, what do you think?
Well, I've never tried to make like my own electrolyte mix, but I've always heard that the three big things you need for your electrolytes are sodium, magnesium, and potassium. And I know that there's multiple versions of magnesium. There's different kinds, right? There's like magnesium oxide, magnesium citrate. Um, I can't remember all of them, but so there's different magnesiums. So I don't want to speak wrong and say like this is the exact one you should have or that type of thing. But I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure if you did a search on Dr. Barry's YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure he has a video talking about that and how you can do your own. So check that out. I can't think really of anybody else um, that has a video. So I don't know unless you can think of anybody, Dave, that has a video about how to do your own electrolyte mix.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I agree. I'd be going first to Dr. Berry, and yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, I would think he's most likely to have something. Yeah. Okay, Kim says cyano. Wow, cyanocobalamin is its trade name of B12. It's in multivitamins as well as some brands of B complex vitamins. If you look up the FDA website, it says it's made of hydrogen cyanide, which is poison. It's really quite scary, isn't it? That
Yeah.
it's just listed on the FDA website as well. Like everyone's just like, yeah, it's got cyanide in it. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. It's
um,
like cereals and stuff, right? Oh yeah, it's got this really horrible thing for you. It's good to
mm,
eat though. Go ahead and eat it.
yeah. It's just as long as it's balanced, as long as it's balanced, if you have a piece of fruit with the cereal, no problem.
Or their favorite word is in moderation. It's okay. It's okay to put
Mm.
poison in your body as long as it's not enough to actually kill you at that second.
It's really bad, isn't it? Because I mean, what they're doing is they're just giving people an excuse to just consume more because of course, ultimately they or their masters want to make money, right? But um it really is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And Sandra says Mitch on Old Guy Carnivore has a video on exactly how to make electrolytes, and so does Nia's Way. Oh, okay,
Good. There
cool.
you go.
So there's three: Ken Berry, Old Guy Carnivore, and Nia's Way. Nice. Okay, so Brooke, do you guys know any creative ways to cook meat? I like making steak nuggets in the air fryer from leftovers.
Hmm.
Um, I'm the least creative when it comes to cooking that you're ever going to meet. Yeah. How about you, Brian?
I'm not really that creative, you know. I so here's my biggest problem is when I do try and get creative instead of making it simple, I think that's when I create temptations for myself, right? When I just keep it simple and it's just ground beef or steak or eggs or whatever, um, it just works better and I just feel better. I don't get cravings and so forth. So I'm not really the most creative. I do have an air fryer. Matter of fact, I just got an air fryer that I'm going to be doing a review on, and my steak that I did this evening, I did in it, um, and it was great. But I didn't do anything creative. It was a New York strip steak with red mint salt on it, and that was it.
Mm, yeah. I was talking about this kind of thing with the with a lady I interviewed the other day. We were talking about how part of, you know, the the thing I like about carnivore is how it's simplified my life, right? And I think part of that, I agree. I think the creative side of things might make me a little bit tempted as well.
Mm,
If I had to like be in the cupboards and making different things and stuff, I think that would end up being tempting. But we kind of we drew a parallel between the way people dress and the way kind of a carnivore typically prepares their meals, and then someone on the SAD diet or a vegan or something would prepare their meals. And it's like, the way Steve Jobs used to dress for all his presentations, he was like always the same thing, like the turtleneck and the jeans kind of thing. He's like the carnivore of dressing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Barry Manilow with the fruit salad hat and all the puffy clothes and colorful clothes. He's the sad dieter or the vegan.
Yeah.
Okay. So, where are we? Okay. John. Dave, do you work out? And if so, what types of exercises do you do? I went through a period of trying to exercise and put on muscle, like doing push-ups and crunches and all this kind of thing every day. And just, like every other time in my life, just kind of let it kind of dwindle away and then stop doing it and went, oh, I'm not doing that anymore. So now the only exercise I get is walking. And each day I might walk an hour to an hour and a half. But yeah, that's about it. How's your exercise regime, Brian?
So I think like November, December timeframe, even into early January, I was doing really good, doing like a lot of push-ups and different things like that. I think there was one time period I had like a push-up and plank challenge going on and so forth. And I've really eased off and haven't been doing a whole lot lately. So I really need to get back into it. I mean, it's not that I feel like exercise is needed for losing weight or anything like that, because I think I still need to lose weight. I've been doing the diet for almost 2 years now, but I still feel like I have weight to lose, some body fat to lose. So I don't think it's necessary for that, but I think it's just good for you in general, helps with your aging. I think it helps with your heart and so forth. And just good to get exercise, even like you're doing where it's just walking or whatever. So I think I really need to get better at doing that. And that's probably my biggest downfall right now, is I just don't exercise as much as I should.
Yeah, I need to do more. I did feel recently. I spoke to a personal trainer, and he made me feel better about my aversion to the gym. So we're talking about going to the gym, and I said, I hate going to the gym. And he said, but that's good. You should hate going to the gym. If you enjoy going to the gym, you're not going there and working hard enough. You should hate it. Just get in there, do it as hard as you can, and then get out as quickly as possible. And I thought, oh, okay. Well, when you frame it like that, it's kind of, doesn't sound as bad. If I can hate it, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. Winter Lion, anyone into sashimi seafood? I quite like it, but I just don't, despite being in Japan, I don't eat it very often. How about you, Brian? Do you like?
I gotta say, I'm not sure what did I say it right? I can't even pronounce it.
Sashimi.
Sashimi. Yeah, I'm
Just
not sure
raw,
what that
like
is.
raw fish. Raw fish.
Oh, raw. Okay. No. I've never been into raw fish. So it's like what's the raw um tuna or
Yeah. So
salmon
yeah.
or
So
whatever? Is it
so
like
so
that kind
yeah.
of stuff?
Yeah. So like when you would say
Like sushi,
sushi,
basically. Yeah. Okay.
sushi is like the tuna on top of rice, and then
Okay.
sashimi is just the tuna on its own,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
or the
I,
salmon on its own, also.
I've never had like sushi or anything, so I,
Mm.
I don't know if I'm into it because I've never tried it.
um, yeah, it's one of these things. It's kind of a bit of a you know uh, hurdle to get over in your mind more than anything when you first have it. But um, the I've had more than just seafood sashimi, though. I've also had chicken sashimi, so raw chicken, and horse sashimi as well. and neither of those were particularly nice. But yeah, I like tuna and salmon and stuff like that, but I just don't have it very often. Okay, so the doc, my new doctor, a new young doc, is fully supportive of carnivore keto. How awesome is that? That is great. That is really nice. It's I wish we could hear more stories of people reporting that. Oh, I went to my doctor today and he said, "Good job, you're on carnivore. Awesome." It would be great.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we got a question here. Dave, is your wife carnivore or keto too, and why? No, she's not. She's just eating the same kind of regular way Japanese people would eat. And there's a couple of reasons she won't or can't change. She's supportive of me, but excuse me. One of the reasons is she's a nurse, and it kind of goes against all the training she's ever had, you know. But the bigger hurdle is culture. It's really difficult in Northeast Asian countries, especially, to kind of go against cultural norms. And doing carnivore or keto in Japan or South Korea is going against cultural norms like crazy, you know, like, and it's just not acceptable here to turn down food or say, oh, by the way, I'm not eating that, or you don't have to give me any of the rice with my meal or anything like that. Like, it just would be difficult here. So I get away with it because I'm a foreigner. So I just, like, everyone looks at me and goes, you're just a crazy foreigner. It's okay, you know. But yeah, for a native Japanese person, it's difficult culturally. Like I say, the same as it would be in South Korea. Yeah. Is your wife doing this too, Brian?
No. She's talked a little bit about doing keto here and there, but she's not really full low carb. And yeah, she's definitely not done carnivore diet. She supportive, same like you have with your wife. She's definitely supportive, but don't think see she doesn't really have like many big health issues or anything, so I don't think that there's an urgency like there was like for me where like I was really overweight and had health issues and there was some like I needed to do something, right? And that's what turned me into this way of eating, and now I know I'm not going to go back. But she hasn't really had that, so it's harder sometimes for people that haven't experienced that to really take a plunge into something like this, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, for people like you and I who have had health issues, it's much easier to go, okay, well, we need to make a change and kind of stick to that change. When you don't have that urgency, it's yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, comment on the Buc-ee's hat. Wow, Dave, the Buc-ee's hat, awesome. Best place to fuel up and use the public restroom ever.
There you go, the restrooms again.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm advertising cleanest restrooms in America. Okay. Okay, Peter's coming from Australia. And Sue's cold smoked salmon is one of my favorites. Oh yeah, yeah, nice. I like smoked salmon. Simpson, hi Dave and Brian. I haven't seen you for a while. Brian, how was vacation?
Yeah, it was great. So I went down to Myrtle Beach area where my youngest daughter is going to college. And we went down there for Easter because she couldn't come back up to visit with us during Easter. So the family went down there. So we had a nice time down there and got to do Easter all together, which completely different Easter because we went to a like a seafood buffet place, and I basically ate crab legs and prime rib for Easter. That was great. Different style than what we usually do, though, but it was great. It was a great time.
Nice. I'm forgetting your kids are much older than mine. I was going to say
Yeah.
something like we are hiding Easter eggs on the beach or something, but they're probably a little bit beyond that now, right?
Yep. Well, the funny thing is, though, so I got 3 kids, 20, 20, and 18 years old, and they all still wanted Easter baskets. So my wife had to do up Easter baskets for them. So kids at heart, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. All right. So, any more questions here? Scanning through. Did you see any questions I might have missed, Brian?
I'm not sure. There's
Yeah.
been a lot of different chats going on, and we were talking, and I wasn't paying that much attention.
Okay.
I mean,
No
I can't
worries.
say that there was anything that I missed or that you missed. I think you hit everything.
Cool.
Trying to go back.
So, guys, if you've got any questions, any discussion points, please put a Q in front of it. And also, we have 78 people watching now. Maybe slightly more than that because I think it counts Facebook separately. So yeah, we've got about 80 people in the stream at the moment. So can you smash the like button, please, if you haven't already? And let's see if we can get this to 100 people in the stream over the next half hour. Nice. And Simpson says, I'm a bad mom. I didn't make baskets for my kids. They're in their 20s. And so I wouldn't have made them for them either. Winter Lion. Anyone into raw beef?
I'm not, but I do my steak either medium rare or even kind of rare, but it's not raw. So that's the closest I get.
Yeah. I'm kind of, I'll eat it medium rare or rare. I would like to try it raw because I have spoken to some people that eat raw all the time. That's all they eat. And they say, like, when they first did it, it was like, angels singing and, all that kind of thing. So I do want to try it at one point, but I'm just a little bit scared because it's like, I mean, it took me, how old am I now? 49. So it took me 48 years to get to the point where I could try a raw egg. So because of, just everything you're taught in, oh, it's salmonella, blah, 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 so I'm going to have to work up to the raw beef as well. But I've spoken to a few people that even eat raw ground beef recently, which I thought that was a no-no as well. But apparently, maybe if you get it from a butcher that you're really at good terms with or something, maybe it's a bit safer. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, because I wonder, what don't they, they're grinding it and everything, right? Making it into ground beef. Is there the potential of bacteria getting in there? That's what I wonder. Like, it's a different thing. Is like you're getting directly from a rancher or something. You're getting from a cow or whatever. That might be different. I just wonder what it's like if you're getting it from a store or something where there could be bacteria. I don't know.
Yeah, because I heard like there's multiple processes that it goes through, and there's so many more opportunities for it to get contaminated. So
Yeah.
that one I'm not sure I'd ever try that, but yeah. Okay, John, Dave, how is it getting sunshine for vitamin D in Japan? It's all right. We're kind of about to go into the dark time of the year where it's kind of cloudy all the time and rainy all the time, whatever. But apart from the next, maybe 2 months, Japan's pretty good for sunshine. I need to be better about getting out into the sunshine, because I'm kind of sitting in this room a lot. But and when I'm walking, it's often at night, so I'm not even getting the sunlight when I'm out for a walk. But yeah, I need to be better at it. But there's a lot of sunshine here. Okay, Brooke, how do you think your lives would be if you never knew about carnivore? What do you think? How would it be, Brian?
It would definitely be a lot different. I wonder if I was still alive, and if I was, I think I'd have some pretty bad health issues because when I was at my lowest before going to this way of eating, um, things were pretty bad, and I was wondering
Jeez.
if, if I was wondering how much time I had left just because of how unhealthy I felt and how bad I felt, the pain I had and so forth.
Yeah. Yeah, I think things would be pretty bad from my point as well. I think the brain fog would be the worst thing for me because that was just I was just walking around in a daze. It was just constant. It's hard to describe, but just kind of moving on autopilot from place to place and doing things from place to place. So I think the brain fog would probably be a lot worse, and I would most likely be wearing a bra right now. So yeah, because that was getting pretty bad as well. Yeah, the old man boobs. So Ben, what's your favorite meat and how to prepare it? Brian, what's your favorite meat? How to prepare it?
Uh, I'd have to say my favorite is ribeye steak. Um, and I medium rare really. I can't say I have a favorite way, but there's two ways that I'll do it. I'll either do it in a pellet smoker grill or I will do it in a cast iron pan. So either way, I like it pretty evenly, I would say. There's a little bit of a different taste between the two, but I really like either way. So that's probably. And again, I don't do much to it. Like I'll put Redmond's salt on it, and that's it. So I don't put other seasonings or anything, and that's all I do to prepare it.
Nice. So my favorite is an eye fillet, which I think in the States is called a tenderloin. And just, yeah, probably rare. But I can't do that on my own because I'm terrible at making steak. If I want to have a bad steak, I'll make it myself. So I would only have that if I was going to a restaurant or whatever. At home, it's just ground beef all the way. Yeah, I need to try an air fryer though. That's yeah, I really need to try using an air fryer because that might change my life from what I've heard from a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andrea, did you see Dr. Baker's interview with Jason Karp? He is suing Kellogg's for the crap in their product that is illegal in food in other countries.
Hmm.
Yeah, I didn't see that one yet, but it's definitely on my watch list for today. I'm going to check it out today because, yeah, I mean, just hearing that someone's doing that, is willing to sue Kellogg's. That makes me so happy. That makes me so happy.
Right.
Yeah. um, Stop. I'll email you my new doctor's story. The stuff she knew about carnivore keto was amazing.
Hmm.
Yeah, please do. Yeah,
Hmm.
awesome. Um, Simpson, I like my beef rarer and rarer. So who knows? I actually have been starting my day with raw eggs also. It's quite good whipped up with a bit of butter. I was surprised about eggs. Like when I had the raw egg that first time, like just whipping it up so that, of course, the yolk's not kind of separate and like a bit like an oyster when you're trying to drink it, you know. So
Mm.
whipping it up, it tasted pretty good. I
Mm.
thought it tasted really good. Yeah. Have you done raw eggs, Brian?
No. I think maybe when
No.
I was younger, I actually did it a few times,
Okay.
but, like raw eggs and protein shakes, that type of thing when I was young,
Ah, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
trying to bulk up, working out and stuff like that, but that's not anything I've tried recently, so
Yeah. Because that was a bit of a stereotype when we were younger, right? Of the
y
bodybuilder, it's
yeah.
like go for the workout and then chug back the raw eggs out of the food processor with the shake.
Right.
Yeah. Brooke, Dave, your eyelid has been reddish lately. Is it okay? Yeah, it's yeah. I've gotten a lot of comments about this. It's basically it's a Japan thing. So what happened is the first or maybe second winter I was here, I noticed this like just above this eye. It was really dry and itchy. And I went to the doctor, and the doctor just threw some steroid cream at me and said, use this. And I just went, oh, okay, well, doctor knows best, right? And I started putting the steroid cream on there. And I think what I've done is using that steroid cream, I've weakened I mean, your eyelid's already pretty thin, right? I've weakened that part of my skin even more. And so it's just whenever the weather is dry, it's really sensitive. And it's a particularly dry winter here. And it's kind of going into spring and it's getting a little bit more humid. And I can feel it getting better. And the skin's getting like kind of stronger and not as itchy. And then it gets dry again. And then it's kind of like I wake up and I'm like, oh, it's coming back. So I'm hoping, in the next month it's going to clear up, but it's just something I've got to keep moisturized and just deal with. Unfortunately, it's part of the joy. That's one of the joys of living in Japan, or one of the anti joys of living in Japan. It's yeah. I'm very sensitive to the weather change.
Mm.
Um, do. And actually, the sad thing is, I thought it had gone away because of carnivore. Because last winter it wasn't as dry, and I thought, oh, I've got through a winter and I haven't had it. Yes, this carnivore's fixed this as well. Unfortunately, not. Okay, John. Last one, guys. What do you think about grounding?
Mm.
Hmm. Kind of. I've heard people talk about it, and it seems to make sense to me, but I haven't tried it. As far like there's nowhere to ground here, it's just concrete. So I haven't tried it at all. But yeah. How about you, Brian?
Yeah, I'm actually into the whole grounding theory and the idea behind it. And when I can, I will go outside and walk barefoot, like in the grass or whatever. Um, like when I'm at the beach, I like to walk just a little bit into the water there because that's good actually in the water. And I've been looking at getting a grounding mat, but I haven't done that. Because I had a conversation with Bart K about it. I was like, I don't really get outside that much. So I don't know that I'm getting enough grounding. And he kind of showed me a particular grounding mat that would work well. Because I explained like I have a job where I'm at my computer a lot, and then I start
Mm.
doing YouTube stuff and I'm at my computer a lot. So I'm sitting at a desk most of the time, right? And there's this nice mat that I'm looking at getting that you can literally sit there barefoot with your feet on the mat, and it plugs into like the grounding socket in your outlet, and that's how it works. So I'm looking at doing that just to get more grounding, because I think it's good for you. I think it really helps to, um, you know, neutralize some of the energy in your body and help with inflammation and stuff like that.
Mm, nice. Yeah, so I'd forgotten about that. So despite there not being much in the way of nature around me, I can get a grounding mat. So yeah, I might give
Yeah.
that a try. Yeah. Where are we? Okay. Brooke, as of 31st of March, I've been 95% carnivore. I didn't sunburn at all last summer. Oh, nice. Awesome.
Yeah. And you know, I
Nice
was just
work.
talking about how I was down in Myrtle Beach for a few
Mm.
days there. And the one day I got a lot of sun and actually like my forehead was kind of red. And the next day it was just normal again. I know in general my face is kind of a little bit red. I got like the same thing like Dr. Barry gets the they call it rosacea or
Rosacea.
rosacea. There you go, rosacea. So my face kind of gets red sometimes. But it's funny because like, yeah, I don't really burn either. But sometimes if I'm out too long, I'll get a little red, and then like the next day it's back to normal. Whereas before
Mm.
carnivore, like I would burn and then, you know, it would start peeling after a few days and so forth. And that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah. I've honestly I've been too scared to try going out as a carnivore because my whole life I've been scared to go in the sun because I just remember days as a kid, you know, like you'd be out in the pool all day with your mates, you know, and they would be getting this nice brown tan, you know, and you'd be in pain, you'd be bright red, you know, you'd mum would be putting cream all over you so you could sleep and stuff. It was just horrible. So I haven't tried it being in the sun enough to know if things have changed for me.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, okay, so I've got an update, guys. We have about 90 people in the stream at the moment. Can we get that up to 100 in the next 15 minutes? Let's do it. Please smash like if you haven't already. Okay. Mandy, hi from the UK. Lamb's hearts in the instant pot, so good. Low histamine help. I suffer highly.
Hmm.
Oh, lamb's hearts. You ever had lamb's hearts, Brian?
I have not, no.
Ah. Neither have I. I'd try it. I'd be interested to try it, but yeah. I I've always got to work up to these things though. If I don't know what it is and I'm just eating it, of course it's fine, right? But if someone says you want to try some lamb hearts, and it's like, oh, okay, hang on, you just put an obstacle in the way of me trying it now. You just have thrown the food at me. Um, so um, the traditional dish from the country I was born in, Scotland, is haggis. Have you ever heard of haggis?
I think I've heard of it, but I'm not sure what exactly it is.
So I'm not sure about all the ingredients that are in there, but there's like lots of spices and lots of kind of offal type ingredients.
Mm,
And it's all cooked in a sheep's stomach.
mm,
So apparently it's awesome. It tastes really good, but it's not that I have been squeamish to try it or not. The opportunity has never presented itself to try haggis. But I think I would try that too if I could.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. From Peter. Carnivore pushed me towards minimalism, not only when it concerns food. Same for you. I kind of feel that way. Yeah. How about you, Brian?
I'd say yeah, to a certain extent. I think that's part of the brain fog going away and thinking clearer, that it kind of
Mm,
makes you start thinking more that way, like, you know, why do you need this? Why do you need that? And so forth, right? So yeah,
mm,
I think so. I think that's part of what happens when you do carnivore, that yeah, you start to feel that way.
mm. Hey, DC, how you going? Okay. Yeah, for me, I feel like, you know, things that in the before times, I kind of wanted things more, you know,
Mm,
like I want this, I want this, I want this. And now I feel like, no, I'm kind of just happy just going along and whatever. I don't need like I always wanted a car and whatever, and I'm like, I don't need the car. I'm just quite happy,
Hmm.
Okay. Guys, any questions? Oh my goodness. I'm sure I've missed one somewhere. Quite a lot of comments came through as I was.
Yeah.
Hang
There's
on
been a lot
before.
of good comments in the chat.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Important note. Air fryers are awesome for steak. I'm going to have to go onto Amazon and get one. Excuse me for 1 second. Literally 1 second. I'm still here. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Okay. I'm getting a headache with that hat. It's too tight.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that's better. The blood's circulating in my head now. Yeah. Cleanest restrooms in Japan. So what else have we got here? Isn't it? I don't think the outlets are grounded in Japan. Maybe not. Yeah.
That could be.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's a minimalism question. Okay. We got any more? Here we go. Ben. If you can get haggis, would you try it? Probably. I wouldn't. I can't imagine sitting down to a dinner of haggis, like sitting with a whole plate of sheep's stomach with other animal bits inside. Like I can't imagine eating the whole thing, but yeah, a bite, I would try it. Yeah. Well, would you try it, Brian?
I think if somebody was like, "Here, you want to try a taste of it or something," I would do that. I wouldn't necessarily go out on my way to get it and make the
You
meal
wouldn't
out
be
of it.
seeking it out.
Yeah. So I'd probably try a taste, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Winter Lion. Anyone into pate? Do you like pate?
Never had it.
I haven't had it
I'm
since being
really simple
carnivore.
with my meat. I just salt and steak or ground beef.
Minimalism.
Yes.
Yeah. I have eaten pate before and I like it. But since being carnivore, I haven't tried pate. Mandy, Dave, hearts are very mild next to the lamb shoulder in taste and soft, very nice. It's a muscle. Yeah, nice. I've had chicken hearts before, but I think they're probably very different, or at least it was cooked in a different way because they were kind of chewy. John says, I love my air fryer. Nice. Brooke, how long does it take you to edit a video? How about you, Brian? How long does it take you to edit a video?
Well, that really depends on the length of the video. A lot of my videos lately are shorter, like 5 to 10 minutes long, and those aren't too bad. I probably spend 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so on those. If I do like an interview or something and it's more like 35, 40 minutes, hour, somewhere in there, that could take me an hour or two to go through editing. A lot of times though, on the interviews, I try not to edit much out or anything, keep them naturally flowing. But yeah, there's still a lot of editing involved to it. Now, I probably don't do as much editing as you do because I know you do a lot of editing, don't you, on your videos?
So for interviews, I like if it's a 1 hour interview, probably editing wise, I would say there's probably 90 minutes to 2 hours of editing.
Yeah.
But I think I'm probably similar to you. I tend not to edit out too much. The reason, like I say, editing is basically it's me listening to it and then cutting out all the blank space where I'm kind of fumbling around thinking, what's my next question or something like that, So it's so that the when someone's watching it, they'll go, oh, come on, get on with the story. This is taking forever. But that's basically what I cut out. And then, of course, if the interviewee kind of started saying something and then they went, oh, hang on, I want to rephrase that or something like that, then of course edit those things out. But you have to do that, you have to listen to the whole thing. So yeah, it's kind of probably 50% extra time added onto the interview to edit it. For me, I find the harder editing job is actually the shorter videos. Because the shorter videos tend to be where it's, you're either just talking something off your head or you've written out a script and you're reading off a script. In both cases, you're going to have a lot of times where you kind of mess up or you say something wrong or you laugh at a comment or something like that. And it's like, you've got to like edit things out in smaller sections, But yeah, that might be also my lack of professionalism when I'm speaking at the camera. It's
Oh no, I get that too. Even if I don't really have it scripted out, like there's something that like I know I want to say, and sometimes I have to say it like 7 different times before I actually say it right, just because there's something I fumble with saying it or something. I could probably make so many blooper reels, it's insane.
Yeah, you have hours of these on our channels, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's sometimes when you write something down, when you script it out, you've got it in your mind at the time about how it sounds, but then when you kind of say it, it's like, no, that's not what I thought that's not how I thought it was going to come out. And yeah, like this, just to get this like 10 seconds of footage, it'll take, ends up taking like an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Robert Can says haggis is like meatloaf. Oh, okay. In that case, I mean, if it's kind of like meatloaf, it's probably a lot easier to eat than I'd imagined. Because I'm just imagining this kind of gooey kind of thing tied up in a sheep's stomach, Okay. Here we go. If I'm ever faced with the choice between eating guys and literally starving it up for eating guy, where did that one come from? Okay.
Oh, it was supposed to be guts. They said later.
Oh, guts.
That was guts.
Okay.
So like, when did we get into cannibalism? And there's our own blooper reel.
That went off the rails really quickly. Okay, guts. Yeah. So I don't know if I told you this before. There's actually they have barbecue places in Japan where you just go in, you order meat and you grill it yourself on the barbecue. And they've got one in Osaka, not far from here, that is specifically just offal. That's all the meat they have. And the shop name is Guts. So I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, okay. That was Guts, stupid smartphone. Yeah, autocorrect always does it at the worst times, right? When it's like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, autocorrect needs to get a little bit better with AI now and kind of consider context or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just try the young guys.
Oh man,
nice.
Where's Hannibal Lecter?
Yeah. So we're almost at the top of the hour, guys. So appreciate your comments and questions. Thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, we should definitely do this again.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. So yeah, and talking about guts and guys. Yeah. Yeah. The first live stream where we've talked about cannibalism. That's awesome.
There you go. It is
Okay.
carnivore though, right? It's meat.
Yeah. A very carnivore live stream.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay. And just before we go, Winter Lion, love to see Bellshine debate with Stacy. I guess you're talking about Stacy from the Diabetes Association. I would like to see that too. I've got a feeling Stacy's not going to agree to that debate, though. It wouldn't be much of a debate, though. They'd probably be agreeing with each other most of the time, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, guys, thanks for joining us. And yeah, see you again soon. Cheers.
Yep. Bye.